can't do a podcast without the really cool large headphones.
No, you can't.
And then you're ready for a podcast.
Right. Which I think brings us in.
Does
the actual,
it? Okay.
the actual. So welcome back, everybody. Last week we were pretty special. We actually had, it was just Rob and me. I don't know if you were able to watch that one yet.
Yes.
But Rob and I talked about offers and about how if you can create a killer offer, it's then easy to market. Mm-hmm. Bring that, it's basically easy to do your marketing because you're like, oh, if I have a killer offer, I just market the offer.
What makes a killer offer?
Basically anything that will make the person feel dumb for saying no.
Oh, wow. Is that a money-making offer? Is that going to generate the kind of income that you need if it's that much of a, whoa, that's a deal?
It's perceived, right? It's
always perception.
It's always the perceived value, right?
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think historically it's been proven that the offer will drive the consumer to act. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it's funny because we even know that it's a ploy. It's some way to get you in the door. And how many times have we gone or we took the bait only to realize, what? It's that model that's that price,
sure.
but you're already there,
right? So
maybe you're going to do something with them anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
So hey, I don't know if you talked about it in the last podcast or even the last podcast before that. Probably not the last one before that because it wasn't a done deal.
No,
you're a married man.
I'm married.
Yeah, and now with a child.
Yes, I have a stepdaughter.
That's
now.
right.
Yeah.
As a bonus daughter. I have two of those myself. So did you know, okay, I got to let you in on something, and you're going to really love this because, you already own your own business.
I do.
And you know about all those pages of tax code and the deductions you can get, right, as a business owner.
Yep.
So you're already one up on a lot of our audience out there.
Forever not trying to pay taxes.
Forever not paying taxes. Well, guess what, my friend? What you just did will help you even more. Because she's at an age where you can use her. You can use her help. She can come in, she can do things as a family. You can do things, and you can pay her tax free.
That's crazy,
huh?
That's crazy,
right? So all these parents are like, "What did you say?" So you know how the kids are always can't this,
right?
So what you have to do is, and this is something that I stumbled upon probably 3 years ago. And interestingly enough, each year it's gone up by another $1,000 where they say, right now, as long as you have legitimate work within your business, which is very easily found.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, we always like them to clean up their room. We like them to clean up the office. We like them to vacuum. We like them to run a camera. We like them to do, or just watch this camera.
She can wrap cables.
There it is. Yeah. See? Wrapping cables.
So many cables.
Absolutely. You ready for this?
Yeah.
You can hire your child tax-free and pay each of them up to $12,000 per year tax-free. It is true.
And that's a tax write-off for the business, and as well as them being paid, they don't have to pay any taxes.
They don't have to pay any taxes on that.
Yeah.
And you just paid them, which you're going to do anyway.
Right.
You're going to give them financial assistance because here's the way I describe it to my son. He's a he's a sophomore in college, second year in college. Very proud of him. Good grades. That is a stipulation. But I tell him that I'm making an investment into you. Mm-hmm. I'm not just doling out cash, my friend,
right.
And if the grades slip, the purse strings tighten, So I was thrilled to stumble upon this because for whatever reason, we all know about the child tax credit, but that ends at like age 16, if not younger, I think, right? That $3,000 per child or something like that. I'm not sure. So, but I mean, look into that and all these things that we tell you on this show.
What's the beginning age on that?
When you can pay your children, they don't stipulate there. What they look at is that transition of, okay, we already knew about the child tax credit, which I'm sure Lena knows about.
Oh, yeah.
But
good tax return.
Right, right. But it could be in addition to that because that's just sort of those things that come along with, hey, I've just procreated, we have a child, the government says I'm going to give you X amount per kid.
Sure.
But this is sort of a work agreement where you're already paying your kids. And, but again, check into those rules because they do change every year.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you can claim both.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
Look into that.
Yeah. Cause I think as long as Gabby's under 18, right?
Sure.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So look into that. But anyway, what I'm saying to you now is you can have them do work.
Yeah.
Which every family needs to do that.
Yep.
You can now pay them, and then they won't be penalized on a tax basis. And then, of course, it allows you to get rid of more money, so you have to pay less
Well, it's
taxes.
just less money you have to pay the government.
Well, not that we have anything against that, just in case there's a way for them to hear this podcast.
We have a few
really,
things against the government.
Yeah, no, I look, I don't. This is that point that I want the disclaimer at the bottom. Leave Angie alone, lose her name, never to discuss again, that type of thing. So, but anyway, so we've just told you that you can essentially write off your kids. And look, this show is all about, how do you run an impactful business? Mm-hmm. How do you make income for yourself? How do you get away from being that W-2 employee? Because, I really don't want to say this because I don't want to give you false hope, but the day of the W-2 employee,
well, it just sucks.
It's gone. I mean, if you're going to still do that because you love your job, congratulations. But go build that independent wealth by starting a business, and everybody can do it because everybody has a talent of some sort that people need.
100%.
You just have to do that. It's a must.
Yeah,
you got to do it.
Well, and it's like there are now ways with all the new technology out to where it's like you don't even have to put in another 40 hours a week.
No.
Like it can be a 10, 15, 20 hour a week thing.
And if you have kids, you let them do all the work anyway, and you're just going to pay them for it.
And then pay less taxes.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a genius move.
I absolutely love that. But, you definitely want to. I was blown away, I guess, a few years ago when I stumbled upon this, and I asked my tax guy about it.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that ever brought to my attention?
Oh, they want to hide that stuff.
I guess.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
don't you want to make friends? And that's the way to make friends is like, hey, let me tell you about all these ways that you can save money. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Talk about it. It's important.
It is very important because I mean, if you can keep more of your own money, I think that's a big deal.
100%. 100%. And I'm looking down because it seems like over the last several weeks, I've just stumbled into or upon these wonderful conversations that are taking place where you can tell there's a real empowerment going on right now with people where they're waking up, I guess, to the reality that, you know what, it is very easy to do business for yourself right now online. Like you said, you just have to gauge the amount of time and the effort you want to put into it. Yeah,
well, and it's funny. I think a lot of people are like, I don't have enough skills to make money or something, but you're better than someone.
Right. And you've been making somebody a lot of money somewhere.
Right. And so it's like you can use some of those same skills on the side, probably charge double of what you're getting paid hourly or salary, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
And completely change your financial life.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we talk about all the many ways that you can save and all the many ways that we're finding out that you can save those deductions and such. But no kidding, there are how many pages have we looked into that? Like of tax code? Is there really 81,000 pages of tax code?
I wouldn't be surprised. They want to make it as complicated as possible.
Yeah. But look at that. And just some of the things you're already doing around the house with your family. Maybe you're a family that does huge yard sales all the time, or maybe you're a family that sells, woodworking on occasion or something like that. Man, parlay that into something much larger.
So actually that's a really good thing. So, I got we all get targeted ads, right? And so I am a music producer and audio engineer.
Very good one.
And so I get gear all the time. Like gear is in my feeds, whatever, music production stuff all the time. Something that really caught my eye was this guy was a woodworker, worked in audio for a little bit, and then decided to make like the most beautiful audio racks out of like really nice wood, like polished wood, and audio desk workstations and all this stuff. And he's charging like huge amounts of money, and people are buying it because it just looks so good. It's so, and it's very like each one that he builds, it's like whatever wood he has. So it's basically one of a kind, each one that you're buying. And he just basically flipped two skills that he had, which really, he didn't even need the audio skill for that. It's really just woodworking and construction, and he's making a killing.
He solved a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody needs those work racks,
Oh, yeah.
And when you can have a better work rack than the guy down the road,
well,
people want to do business with you.
Everybody wants their Instagram feed to look good.
Oh, sure.
And so if you're making, content for audio and stuff,
Right.
and you have this one of a kind rack behind you with all your gear in it. It's like, that's really desirable for a lot of people.
That's
and
awesome.
they're willing to pay triple of
Yeah.
what a regular rack would cost on like Sweetwater or wherever you would buy it on Amazon or whatever.
You just gave a plug to somebody. So, hey, we're looking to, cash in on that. But no, I was going to say that the thing I would remind people, because we are a marketing ad agency, and don't be afraid once you do post that photo that you're very proud of your one-of-a-kind rack, go ahead and tag that guy, give him a mention, because that also is the key to success, propping one another up, leaving that positive footprint, and not only, doing well yourself, but ensuring that others are able to do well because you help them.
Well, and I think also a very missed opportunity that I'm starting to realize is, we mention it often on the podcast. It's like, doing some sort of affiliation, right? With a something, right?
100%.
And I think there's a lot of these smaller brands that would actually be totally cool with that. Is if you reach out to them like, hey, I've been using your stuff for a while.
Yes.
Can we do like an affiliate link?
Love
so that
that.
whenever, we talk about it or whatever, we can put that on our YouTube page. And so whenever somebody clicks on that, then we get like a 5% of the sale or whatever it is.
Love that.
And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are like, always talking about these brands and stuff. And it's like, all you do is put your affiliate link. And don't hide it. Don't don't try to like hide it that you're not doing an affiliate link. Just be honest. Be like, hey, this would really help out my endeavor.
For years, you've noticed, like, even when you make a regular purchase that you would always make, if you do most of your shopping online, have you noticed how when you drop down, it says people who like this also like these things,
Yep.
Or maybe you would be interested in these things if you're buying this.
Right.
It's essentially the same concept. It's advancing a purchase or a purchase possibility, So I that's the way to success in the world, is just there's plenty of room. There are plenty of dollars floating around out there. So just, be kind. And actually, I heard a story yesterday where just a small local business owns an entertainment type. It's a pumpkin patch, whatever. And, they every year they do well. But one of the younger daughters had just this thought process. She says, what if we linked all of the pumpkin patches in this part of the country, so when you go to one, there's a map of all the others? So simple, but brilliant. It really is. And surprisingly, she said everybody was very receptive, because I thought maybe there would be some reluctance there, because you just never know what a person's made of until you reach out. Yeah,
and it goes back to that old saying, right? A rising tide lifts all boats.
That's
so
it.
if you're able to help out another coffee, like whatever, it's a coffee shop or it's a pumpkin patch or whatever, and you guys are both like, you guys aren't really competing, you guys are just really making it a better place for all coffee lovers or all pumpkin patch lovers to go to.
Absolutely.
Because I have you seen that the Illinois Coffee Trail? Have you
I didn't know we had a coffee. I know we have a wine trail.
Well, someone just put it together.
That's awesome.
Like in the past few months.
Very cool.
And I saw it at Crown Brew whenever I was there. And it's really, really cool. They listed all these really cool coffee shops, and there's not like a Starbucks on there or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
nothing against Starbucks, but I get it. It's help the mom and pops. Help connect the dots, and maybe this Saturday drive a little bit further and go to this one, and then make your way back. And I love it. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do that with marketing agencies. I'm not going to say, hey, come to Growing Media and then maybe visit. Are there others? I don't even know that there are others.
I think there are, but I also don't think that's like, no one really showing up here on a daily basis besides us.
Right. We're not that kind of business.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't really know if I want to put like a window in here and let people just watch me edit. Like,
right. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
It'd be kind of weird. Yeah.
I think you'd like it though. Knowing your personality, you'd be all about it. He put on a show every day. Trust me.
Well, also, Riley pops in and just harasses me so.
randomly. Oh man, so we hope what you got out of this particular podcast is we tend to go in a couple of different directions, but number one, we're encouraging businesses. We want you to start yours, and remember, even if you trust that guy or that gal with your taxes, do your homework. Find out all the ways you can save money at the same time you're making money, and you're building that generational wealth, and in return you can just do good for everybody.
Well, it's a part of owning a business. Like, you have to know how taxes work.
Right.
You can't just solely rely on someone to do it for you.
Yeah.
It's like, you are the owner, so you take responsibility for it, just like you take responsibility for everything else.
I love that. Learn, develop, and launch baby We didn't get to nearly all of our topics, but I feel like it's a good one. I think we just got to wrap right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, find us on all those platforms and growingmediamarketing.com.
Yeah, perfect.
That's it?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See ya.